On April 7, 2010, a former WWE star was found dead in his apartment at just 40 years old. No gunshots. No bloodstains. No struggle. Just silence and a bottle of pills nearby. To the public, it was ruled a suicide. But to many in the wrestling world, the story of Chris Kanyon's death was far more complicated, far more disturbing, and far more mysterious than it appeared. Behind the high-flying moves, behind the laughter, behind the phrase, "Who better than Kanyon?" there was pain, isolation, and secrets that haunted him until the very end. Tonight, we uncover the tragic, unnatural, and deeply unsettling story of Chris Kanyon, one of wrestling's most misunderstood souls. Born Christopher Kluxeritz in New York in 1970, Chris Kanyon grew up as a passionate wrestling fan, inspired by larger-than-life superstars who made pain look like art. Wrestling wasn't just entertainment for him, it was an escape. From an early age, he dreamed of becoming part of that world, and unlike many, he was willing to sacrifice everything to make it happen. He trained relentlessly, refining a unique blend of technical skill, aerial offense, and creativity that set him apart from other wrestlers. Kanyon wasn't the biggest, strongest, or loudest, but he was one of the smartest minds inside the ring. Chris Kanyon rose to prominence in WCW during the late 1990s, becoming known for his innovative offense and unforgettable moments, including brutal chair shots and daring maneuvers that pushed his body to its limits. As part of alliances like the Jersey Triad, Kanyon proved he could hang with top stars, even pinning legends on major television events. When WCW was purchased by WWE, many expected Kanyon to finally receive the spotlight he deserved. Instead, his WWE run was short, awkwardly booked, and emotionally damaging, culminating in humiliating storylines that many now believe crossed a line from entertainment into cruelty. Behind the scenes, Chris Kanyon was struggling deeply. He battled severe depression and bipolar disorder, conditions that were poorly understood and often ignored in the wrestling industry at the time. On top of that, Kanyon carried a secret he felt unable to share publicly for years. He was gay. In an industry known for hypermasculinity and locker room politics, Kanyon lived in constant fear of rejection, ridicule, and career destruction. The pressure of hiding his identity, combined with repeated concussions, painkiller use, and creative rejection, slowly crushed his spirit. Friends later recalled mood swings, emotional breakdowns, and alarming cries for help that went unanswered. In the years before his death, Chris Kanyon made disturbing allegations, claiming he had been bullied, humiliated, and even assaulted by powerful figures in wrestling because of his sexuality. While these claims were never proven in court, they sent shockwaves through the wrestling community. Some dismissed him as unstable. Others quietly admitted the culture at the time was toxic and unforgiving. What made the situation even darker was how alone Kanyon seemed. Many doors closed. Phone calls stopped. Appearances disappeared. The man who once made crowds laugh was now drowning in isolation. By 2010, Chris Kanyon was no longer wrestling regularly. His health, both mental and physical, was deteriorating rapidly. He had been hospitalized multiple times for psychiatric care and was reportedly on several medications. Friends later said he sounded exhausted, hopeless, and disconnected in his final conversations. On April 7, 2010, Chris Kanyon was found dead in his apartment from an apparent overdose of prescription drugs. Authorities ruled it a suicide. No foul play was officially suspected. But for many fans and fellow wrestlers, the question remained, was this truly a choice, or was it the inevitable result of years of neglect, abuse, and silence? Chris Kanyon didn't die in a wrestling ring, but the wrestling industry was never far from his death. His story raises haunting questions about mental health, homophobia, and accountability. How many warning signs were ignored? How many cries for help were brushed aside? When a man is broken down emotionally, mentally, and physically for years, does his death still count as natural? Or is it the final chapter of a system that failed him? To this day, many believe Chris Kanyon was a victim not of a single moment, but of an environment that destroyed him slowly. In death, Chris Kanyon finally received the recognition he was denied in life. Fans now praise his creativity, courage, and the bravery it took to live his truth in such a hostile environment. WWE has since made progress in mental health awareness and LGBTQ+ representation, but for many, those changes came too late for Kanyon. His legacy is now a reminder that talent alone is not enough when compassion is missing. Chris Kanyon once asked the world, "Who better than Kanyon?" The tragic answer is, no one ever gave him the chance to find out. His death may be officially labeled a suicide, but the pain that led there was anything but natural. It was built over years of silence, stigma, and suffering. And as long as his story is remembered, perhaps his death will not be in vain.